Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum has hardly moved since my last update. I think we could still be in the B wave or the wave 2. Yeah, we haven't seen enough evidence that they are finished. This is unfortunately the case, so we don't have a very clear picture yet. I don't think this wave B or 2, if it was already in, was particularly strong, so it clearly wasn't. So it doesn't give us a very clear picture. Let's talk about the options here. I'm only going to focus here on the short term because this is what we discussed in the previous video. The long-term view wouldn't give you any new insights, and this is really just designed to be a short update before the daily candle close, because it's particularly interesting what's happening here. We have the possibility that obviously the expected bounce happened from the red support area. We moved up in what could be considered a 5-wave move. So I believe the bounce has started. That was anticipated. Then I told you earlier today, or my first video today was like, okay, probably we finished this 5-wave move. It could be a wave A, could be a wave 1. Doesn't really make a difference in the short term. And you would ideally expect here a retracement as per, FIB support levels down into the region between the 38.2% FIB level, 1190 roughly, and the 78.6% FIB level, 1165. Very clearly, if we break below 1165, this sort of at least short-term bounce is not going to work out. Or, well, the bounce worked out, but it's already over then. So if we now come down and break below that level, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, and then we're probably going to come down straight away. However, in all likelihood, I do expect either to go up from here or to come into the white area and then go up further. Not necessarily into the 1500 region, but first of all to 1270. That will be the next decision point. So yeah, two possibilities. Either go here and up, and that would be tricky to figure out really now, because we don't know. It could very well be that the wave 2 or the B wave was already finished here. This was a corrective pullback, but it was too weak to be normally considered a B wave or a wave 2. So it's very weak. I don't know. I would be leaning, in all likelihood, I'd be leaning in towards, going down first and then moving up. And that just has to do with probabilities. I mean, we have really pulled back only, like, not even to the 23.6% FIB level. That's extremely unlikely, but of course possible. Yeah. Now the subwaves would then work out as follows. We would say we peaked here in a wave A or 1, and then we come down A wave, overshooting wave B, and then coming down in C. The B wave, to be honest, could actually still be going on. Yeah. So all of these possibilities are there. However, I would probably confirm as good as possible that this low was already in here, the local low, yeah, so that this wave 2 or B, they're both the same in the short term. So I explained the difference in the previous videos. But if we now go above 1230, I think then we have to say the lows were in here. Until then, there's still a risk that we're coming down and that the B wave will end here, and that this is just a wave 1 down off C. Yeah, but remember, A overshooting with B, C down, and then wave 1 down, wave 2 up, wave 3 down, wave 4 up, wave 5 down. And just putting that onto the screen here again, A, B, C in B. Yeah, a B wave is a 3-wave move, and the wave C is a 5-wave move. So it would be wave 1 down, wave 2 up. That's possible because this move up doesn't really look very impulsive, to be honest. So wave 3 down, wave 4 up, wave 5 down. I still entered a long trade here at 12.11. Made everybody on Telegram aware because I just saw the opportunity. I mean, it's not necessarily a trade that I believe will work out with a high probability, even though it's in slight profit now, and I moved up the stop loss already into break even. But I saw the reward to risk ratio, right? Because I mean, I entered at 12.11. I set the stop loss below 2. What did I set it? 12.04 or something. So you lose a few dollars, but you could gain quite a bit, because if this works out, it will first go to 12.70, And it could even, I mean, if the whole trade works out, it could even go to something like 1400, 1500. So, you know, I don't mind if it breaks down, especially now as it's break even anyway. What I did do is if it breaks down, I'm going to scale into this support area and then have a stop loss set below that as well. So that's sort of where we are at the moment. And these are the possibility in the short term. And then if I zoom out a bit, there's obviously the possibility that we are in the blue count, which would be a bearish count, which belongs basically to this scenario that we moved down from the top here in 5 waves, basically created a wave 1. This is going to be an ABC pattern in a wave 2 and will break down in 3, 4, 5. We'll probably make new lows below the June low if that happens. Yeah, so in summary, if we do not get above this red resistance area on the move up now on the expected bounce, if we don't do that, we're probably going to come down and make a new low and we'll break below this support area next. So this would be the roadmap for that. We're going to see that probably in this area. Yeah, we'll be able to make a call about that. And otherwise, you know, the more bullish options, but also they would be expected to form a high somewhere in around the, you know, 1400, maximum 1500 area, I would say. These would be 5 wave moves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we would then, however, come down afterwards. And depending on what kind of structure we see here on the way up, we'll be able to make a call up here about, are we most likely going to hold the support level when we come down, or are we going to break below $1,000? We'll be able to sort of make at least a call about that, but these are the scenarios. Yeah, I think this shows very nicely, and this is, some people don't understand this, you know. Elliott Wave has a predictive element, yes, but it also most useful it is for identifying low risk and high reward setups. So even if I primarily think we will go into this white area, I can still trade another setup that is not part of my primary expectation. So if my primary expectation is out of, you know, in all likelihood, we're going to go into this white support area because it's the most likely retracement for the B wave or the wave 2. I can still trade this setup long if I think it has a chance. If the risk is so low that I might just risk a few dollars for, you know, many more dollars, then I can trade this. I don't need to only trade my primary expectation. I think for a lot of people this is hard to understand, but it all has to do with strategic thinking, risk management. Yeah, I don't mind if I lose a trade, if you know, if I lose a few dollars, but you know, let's say I lose every, and you know, many traders lose more than 50% of the trades. You know, there are many famous traders that lost like 60-70% of their trades. But if a trade works out, yeah, then, you know, they can still be profitable, because if it's like a 10-to-1 reward to risk ratio, of course, you know, you can lose 9 or 10 trades and still be profitable. But this is obviously an extreme example, but I still wanted to make you understand the message that you can just trade if you have a strategic approach and you have a plan, and the plan is important. Then you can also trade setups that are not part of your primary scenario, because otherwise you're just following one way, but you always, you know, charts and trading is too complex for that. There are different ways and avenues. If you have a very low risk and high reward setup, why not trade it? If it fails, what's the big problem, right? So yeah, interesting. And also here, obviously, you know, if we don't get into this white area, I mean, I have some limit orders set here. You know, I sometimes get the question, what happens if they don't trigger? Well, so what? You know, I think there are like hundreds of trade opportunities per day. So if one of them, you know, if not all of them get filled or none of them get filled, you know, not a big deal. We just wait for the next setup. So that's just the approach, the non-FOMO approach I think everybody should have. Okay, exciting. We're going up, so hopefully that long trade will work out. Would be interesting, would be good, but obviously as long as we're still below 1230, not necessarily high confidence, but a low risk trade still. So it's yeah, getting interesting. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then also check out the channel membership. And maybe if you wanna learn more about trading, you know, get a bit into this, check out our trading course we offer on morecryptoonline.com. And also, if you want additional content every day, check out our Instagram and Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.